Welcome to another NEBA Spotlight. Today, I'm very happy to present you my friend Electra. Electra, tell us about you. Tell us about your business.
I will. Thank you so much. So wonderful to be here. And let me tell you a little bit about my business. It's called the Alternative Board, and my name's Electra Govoni, and I focus in the Boston and northwest of Boston area. So, a few fun facts about me. I'm pictured here with my incredible husband, Joe. We've been married for 36 years. We met each other. We were babes. We worked at both worked at the jewelry store in the Burlington Mall. And so, yes, I went to the junior prom with my husband. But I started my career as a software engineer. Loved it. I worked for 35 years in the fintech industry at companies like State Street Global Advisor, State Street Research Bank in New York Mellon. But in 2019, I bought a Tab franchise, and it's been wonderful. So I am now a business coach. I facilitate peer advisory groups. I'm going to tell you a little bit about that this morning. And when you think about things that I'm obsessed with, and this has been a pattern through all my life, it showed up when I was a software engineer, it shows up now. I love finding a better way of doing something. How do you get to the next level? And some of that's finding a better balance. We sacrifice a lot, but how do we find a balance between saying being a great business owner and living a great life? And I love innovation in all its forms. And so those are things that, they light me up. I have a disc profile of being a high I and a D. That's going to make a bit more sense with my topic this morning. So that will be more comprehensible soon. And a little fun fact, my mom, now she was a teacher, an elementary school teacher, but she was also a professional opera singer. She's saying she was a coloratura soprano, which meant she could hit the high notes and break glass. And I used to get to listen to her practice all the time. In fact, my lullabies were arias from operas. So, a little fun fact about me, but now let's talk a little bit more about my business. And so at Tab, we do a bunch of things. The idea that shared wisdom brings wonderful results. I bring business owners together in peer groups so that together we run our business smarter. I do business coaching, and a lot of that's about bringing clarity. Where are we going? What does success look like? And how do we get there in the most effective way possible? We also use tools. I'm going to talk a bit about one tool this morning, but it helps if you have a dashboard, if you have eye on seeing key numbers that help you know that the ship is going in the right direction. And then we also are all about community. And TAB is a global community. Business owners from over 24 countries are part of this TAB network, and we love bringing that community together. So our hopes is business owners, they lead better with our help, they're living better, and they're achieving more. So today I'm going to focus a bit on leading better, and in particular around communication. And so there's a book that's called I'm Surrounded by Idiots. And it is not true. Let me first just start out by that. No, you're not surrounded by idiots. But often we get so stuck in our heads about what we think people should understand and how to deliver it. And really the skill about leadership and communicating is different. And so I'm going to talk about a tool that we use, and it's DISC, and how we use that to help a leader get better at delivering their message and really get heard. And so great communicators are many things, but here's a few that I think are important. They are clear and they are concise. You know what they're talking about, and they don't take forever to deliver their message. They're great listeners, which means that while they're communicating, they are taking in a lot on many levels, and they use that information to hone their message. And then ultimately, they are empathetic, and they can adapt to their room and their message and how they're delivering it. to really maximize their effectiveness. So DISC is a tool we use. It is a behavioral assessment. You see an example of a chart. In fact, it's my chart. So it is meant to be a universal language to help people understand how we do what we do. There is no right or wrong profile. There is no good or bad. Sometimes there's a notion of like, you might not be in the same arena as someone else that you're talking about. Your profiles are very different. We're going to talk about how do you know that and how to adapt. So I understand that this is a bit of an eye chart, and I don't want you to memorize it. In fact, if anyone's interested in these slides, I'm happy to share them. But when I talked about what's DISC, and I'm a high I, here are how this chart, this profile shakes out. If you are a high D, you are demanding, you are direct, you're kind of no nonsense, you like to get to the point, you don't want a lot of detail, and you're pretty assertive. You're very much driven, and you might be blunt. So that's one profile. And we're all a mix of all of this, but if this is your highest, this is what people are going to notice first about you. If you are a high I, this is someone who really is all about people and influencing people and being able to read a room. They are optimistic. They tend to trust quickly. They love to build relationships, and they're a fast talker. And if you notice, I'm using my hands, also another sign. If you are a high S, this person is a lot more calm and quiet. They deeply care about people. These are your natural organizers, people who like things to run smoothly. And if there would be a concern, they would be concerned that something is going to be disruptive to that smoothness. What kind of risk are you potentially introducing? And then you have your high Cs, and these are your natural analysts. They are happy to be in the data. They love bottom-up thinking. In fact, they may not trust someone who's just giving them conclusions without proving how is it that you reach that conclusion. They like rules and structures, and also very much more methodical, keep their emotions close. And you know what, like, again, we're all a mix of these. And so, question, as I just gave you a quick shot at all of these, it's really good to understand, because everything with leadership is understanding who are you, where are you, and then it's thinking about, all right, who's someone you might have a challenge communicating with, and what profile might they be? And so understanding that we're most likely to have challenges communicating with people who are in this chart directly across. A high D and a high S are naturally going to have a bit more of a challenge getting on the same page than, say, a high D and a high I. Same thing with a C and an I, and it's great to be able to read. Now, here is a bad assumption, is that we're all alike. We all make decisions the same way. Everyone needs to hear what I think is important. Really capable, wonderful speakers know that how to adapt their message so that you understand what that person needs. And so this is a cheat sheet to help you identify how to make that transition. So if you're talking to a high D, you need to be direct. You need to get to the point. Don't leave a lot of chit chat. Direct eye contact, strong shake hand, get to the point. They love hearing things like win, results, now. If you're talking to a high I, they love the relationship. They want to chit chat. It's okay to go off topic. Connect personally. They love to have fun. And so some words that get them excited about stuff is big ideas. If you are an S, this is someone who is gonna, don't speak so quickly. Be warm, but not overly too, in someone's face. Help them in a step-by-step explanation of what you're thinking. And if you're talking to someone who's a high C, this is also another time to get your facts straight, have the data, talk slow and methodically, have an agenda, and stick to it. And ultimately, here's a quote that I want to leave you with. The best way to lead people into the future is to connect with them deeply today. It's a quote from the Leadership Challenge, and it is all about how is it that you make that deep connection and truly be heard and understood. Thank you so much for your time. I so enjoyed this group, and I hope you have a great day.